All praises to the Most High. First and foremost, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Hamashiach, Yahushai, Rakwakadash. I want to say peace and salutations to the hopeful elect and all the brothers out there and elders out there bringing out this truth with sincerity. Elder Yahweh Call, Elder Sagalah, and all the elders and apostles and all the brothers out there bringing out this truth with sincerity. I am Ariel Yasharala, and I'm going to do this lesson titled, In Me You May Have Peace. And Shalom to the Zaquan, Sagalah Barakiam, Yahweh Bashem, Hamashiach Yahushai, Barakatam to you and your household. And I'm going to start with the book of Numbers, chapter 6, and verse 24 to 26. And it reads, The Lord bless thee and keep thee. The Lord make his face to shine upon thee and be gracious unto thee. Verse 26, The Lord lift up his countenance upon thee and give thee peace. And this is what my prayer is to the body, that the Lord does this to Yasharala, the hopeful elect, our households, that the Lord gives us peace, lifts his countenance upon us. Because, he said, a man's wisdom will make his face to shine, the countenance of his face to shine. So we want the Lord to give us that peace that surpasses all understanding. And, with all these things that are going on in the world, we are in the perilous times, which is the dangerous and just wicked times. I mean, we're in some deadly times. So we want the Lord to give us peace and to sustain us through this. And let me read verse 26 again. The Lord lift up his countenance upon thee and give thee peace. And so we want to have that peace that surpasses all understanding. And shalom to the Malak Karatazah, Yahweh Bashem and Mashiach Yahushai, Rakatham to you and your household, King. Matthew chapter 5, going to the book of Matthew, chapter 5 and verse 9, and it reads, Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of Yahweh. Now listen to that good news. See, that's what, he said, blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of Yahweh. So we know that Hamashiach Yahushai, he was the Prince of Peace. He was the Prince of Peace. So, we want to follow in our Lord and Governor steed. And I see the Zaquan Sagalah has 2 Thessalonians 17, Salakia, 1 and 7. And to you who are troubled, rest with us. And when the Lord Hamashiach Yahushai shall be revealed from heaven with his mighty angels, that's right, with his mighty angels. And then I see Karatazah has John 16 and 33. These things have I spoken unto you, that in me you might have peace. In the world you shall have tribulation, but be of good cheer. I have overcome the world. See, he overcame. Hamashiach Yahushua, he overcame. So we can overcome through him, but we can't do it without him. We have to do it through him and with him. And shalom to all the Akwats coming in the chat, all the Akwats and all the Akim. And the Malak Karatazah has Isaiah 26 and 3, and it reads, Thou wilt keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on thee, because he trusteth in thee. That's it, because we have to put our trust in him. That's where we got to put our trust, in the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, and his Son. Book of 1 Peter, chapter 3. 1 Peter, chapter 3. And I'm going to read verse 10 through 11. And it reads, For he that will love life and see good days, let him refrain his tongue from evil, and his lips that he speak no guile. And the no guile is just no lies. There was no guile in the Mashiach Yahushua's mouth. So he said, let me read that again. For he that will love life and see good days. Let him refrain his tongue from evil, and his lips that they speak no guile, no lies. And then verse 11, let him eschew evil. Eschew just means to hate. Like Job. Job, he said he eschewed evil. Let him hate evil and do good. Let him seek peace and ensue it. So we're supposed to seek peace and ensue it. And we're going to read it. We read that in Matthew 5:9 again. Read it twice. From Karatazar. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of Yahweh. That's what we want to be called, the children of Yahweh. We want to be, we want to be called the children. The book of Psalms chapter 4 and verse 8. And it reads, I will both lay me down in peace and sleep, for thou, Yahweh, only makest me dwell in safety. So who's going to give us peace and safety? The Heavenly Father and his Son. He said that he'll be our shield, our buckler, our fortress, and our refuge, a very present help in a time of trouble. He'll give us that peace. Isaiah 26 and verse 3. Trust in the Lord forever, for in the Lord Yahweh is everlasting strength. This is verse 4. Verse 5, for he bringeth down them that dwell on high. The lofty city he layeth it low. He layeth it low even to the ground. He bringeth it even to the dust. So the ones that are pompous and arrogant, they're going to come off of their pedestal. He has a day appointed to bring them off because he loves humility. He resists the proud, but he gives grace to the humble. This is John chapter 16, verse 27 from the Malak Karatazah. Peace I leave with you. My peace I give unto you. Not as the world giveth, give I unto you. Let not your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid. Yeah, beautiful. So we don't need to be troubled. He told us because he didn't give us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. And shalom to the Malak Yahweh Bashem and Mashiach, Yahweh Shai Barakatham to you and your household, King. Yeah, my voice sounds a little different. Yeah, I've been losing my voice out there on the streets, raising my voice. I've been trying to tone it down, but you might, if you hear it, if it sounds a little different, Salakia. Been trying to drink some lots of lemon water and, orange juice and stuff to help my throat. I've been out there kind of raising my voice. The book of Colossians. The book of Colossians chapter 3 and verse 15, and it reads, and let the peace of Yahweh rule in your hearts, to the which also you are called in one body, and be ye thankful. So we're going to be thankful. We're very thankful that the Lord pulled us out of the mud and the mire. We're very thankful to be able to do this work for him. It's an honor to be able to come out of that matrix and come out of all that wickedness that's going on in this society. I'm going to stay in Colossians 3 and go up to verse 13, and it reads, forbearing one another and forgiving one another, if any man have a quarrel against any, even as a Mashiach forgave you, so also do ye. So that's what we're supposed to do. If we have an ought against a brother or a sister, we're supposed to go to that person and go to him or her alone, go through the process like Yahweh Shai said in the gospel. And then if that doesn't work, you take the 2 or 3 witnesses. That doesn't work, then you take the church. And if that doesn't work, you treat them as a publican. That's how he said to do it. But, what we've been seeing going on with brothers just attacking brothers and making videos and attacking brothers for no reason, the Lord is not pleased. He's not pleased with that. The book of Jude chapter 1 and verse 2. The book of Jude chapter 1 and verse 2, and it reads, mercy unto you and peace and love be multiplied. And I'm going to read the next one. Verse 3, beloved, when I gave all diligence to write unto you of the common salvation, it was needful for me to write unto you and exhort you that you should earnestly contend for the faith which was once delivered unto the saints. So he told us we have to contend. We have to fight for this. This is something we have to strive for. We have to run this race with endurance, looking unto Hamashiach Yahawashi, which is the author and finisher of our faith. The book of Proverbs, chapter 16 and verse 32. And it reads, verse 32, it says, he that is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he that ruleth his spirit than he that taketh a city. So we have to be able to, control our spirit, because there's a precept that says a man that cannot rule his spirit is like a city without walls. And shalom to the Malak Hawashaya, Yahweh Bashem, Mashiach Yahawashi Barakatam, to you and your house, O King. Yeah, and that was a mighty camp with you and Nathan and Habag Shana the other night. That was mighty out there. The book of James, chapter 3. Book of James, chapter 3 and verse 18. And it reads, and the fruit of righteousness is sown in peace of them that make peace. So we want to always have the fruit of the Spirit. The fruit of the Spirit, which is, let me go to Galatians and just get it. That's what he wants us to always have, the fruit of the Spirit. This is Galatians chapter 5, verse starting at 22. And it says, but the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith. Verse 23 says meekness, temperance. Against such there is no law. He says if you're doing these things, you're not being subjected, to the condemnation of the law. And then it says, verse 24, and they that are of Hamashiach, Yahawashi, have crucified the flesh with the affections and lusts. And then it says in 25, if we live in the Spirit, let us also walk in the Spirit. So this is what we're supposed to be doing. The book of Hebrews, chapter 12 and verse 14. Book of Hebrews, chapter 12 and verse 14, and it reads, follow peace with all men and holiness, without which no man shall see the Adawan. So, he says, if you don't do these things, let me read it again. Follow peace with all men and holiness, without which no man shall see the Adawan. And shalom to the Malak Mashach, Yahweh Bashem, and Mashiach Yahawashi Barakatam, to you and your household, King. This is a book of Ephesians, chapter 4 and 3. Book of Ephesians. I just passed it. Salakia. Ephesians chapter 4 and verse 3. And it reads, and devouring to keep the unity of the Spirit in the bond of peace. Because it's one body. And I'm going to read the next verse, verse 4. There is one body and one Spirit, even as you are called in one hope of your calling. And I'm going to read down verse 5. One Lord, one faith, and one baptism. One Yahweh and Father of all, who is above all and through all and in you all. So it's one body with many parts, and everyone has to do their part. The hand, I like how Paul said it in Corinthians. He said the hand can say to the foot, I have no need of you. So we all need each other. And I got to get Salakia. I got to grab something. Grab a cough drop from my throat. Just a second.
Yes, I tried to tell you. Yeah, but it ain't that bad. Babe, remember there was a percent
Salakia for that. I had to get me something for my throat. I'm going to go to the book of James. Book of James, chapter 3. And wait a minute. The Malak Karatazar has Colossians 3 and 15. And it says, and let the peace of Yahweh rule in your hearts, to the which also you are called in one body, and be ye thankful. That's right. We're all one body with many parts. And we should be thankful that we were, he said, many are called, but few are chosen. So be thankful that he called you out of that darkness and into his marvelous light. The book of James. James chapter 3 and verse 17, and it reads, but the wisdom that is from above is first pure, then peaceable, gentle, and easy to be entreated, full of mercy and good fruits, without partiality and without hypocrisy. So you're gonna do unto others as you would have them do unto you. You're not gonna show partiality or bias. You're gonna treat your next brother the way you want to be treated, and the sisters, the Akwab, same thing. The book of Psalms, chapter 119. Psalms chapter 119 and verse 165. And it reads, great peace have they which love thy law, and nothing shall offend them. As Yahushua said, many are going to be offended, and they're going to betray one another, and they'll hate one another. But if you have that peace that surpasses all understanding, you're not going to be offended. You won't be offended, because you're going to always have a peace. Book of Psalms 46. Psalms 46 and verse 10, and it reads, be still and know that I am Yahweh. I will be exalted among the heathens. I will be exalted in the earth. So that's what we got to do. We got to be still. And when there's things that's happening around us, the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but they're pulling down of strongholds. We just have to be still and let the Lord fight those battles for us, because he knows how to fight. Book of Romans chapter 8 and verse 6. And it reads, for to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. So that's why we have to walk in the spirit, so we will not fulfill the lust of the flesh. Book of Isaiah chapter 52. Book of Isaiah chapter 52 and 7. And it reads, how beautiful upon the mountains are the feet of him that bringeth good tidings, that publishes peace, that bringeth good tidings of good, that publishes salvation, that saith unto Zion, thy God Yahweh reigneth. So he said it's a beautiful thing, the ones that are bringing out this word. He said, how beautiful are the feet of those that bring good tidings. So the Lord said it's a beautiful thing. The book of Psalms 29 verse 11. Psalms 29, verse 11, and it reads, "The Lord will give strength unto his people. The Lord will bless his people with peace." See, this lesson is titled, "In me you may have peace." We can only have this peace that surpasses all understanding through Hamashiach Yahushai. There's no other way we can have the peace. The book of Proverbs, chapter 20 and verse 3. Proverbs, chapter 20 and verse 3, and it reads, "It is an honor for a man to cease from strife, but every fool will be meddling." So it's an honor to cease from strife, anger, quarrels, get into all that. That's why James said to be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to get angry, because the wrath of a man does not produce the righteousness of Yahweh. Philippians chapter 4 and verse 9. The book of Philippians chapter 4 and verse 9, and it reads, "Those things which you have both learned and received and heard and seen in me, do, and the God Yahweh of peace shall be with you." So he's going to be with you if you're being obedient to the best of your ability with the fruits of the Spirit. The book of Psalms chapter 34 and verse 14. And it reads, "Depart from evil and do good, seek peace and pursue it." So this is what we should, and if it be at all possible, like he said, try to be at peace with all men, if it's possible. Book of John, chapter 14 and 27. And it reads, "Peace I leave with you, my peace I give unto you. Not as the world giveth, give I unto you. Let not your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid." And then I see, so he's going to give us that peace as long as we stay in him, continue to run this race. And I see Karatazar has Psalms 119 and 165. It says, "Great peace have they which have loved thy law, and nothing shall offend them." Beautiful. John chapter 16 and verse 33. John 16 and 33, and it reads, "These things I have spoken unto you, that in me you might have peace. In the world you shall have tribulation, but be of good cheer. I have overcome the world." So we're able to overcome through Hamashiach. We can't do it without him. He overcame the world, and that's how we can overcome the world. Book of 1 John, chapter 4 and 4. 1 John, chapter 4 and verse 4, and it reads, "Ye are of God, Yahweh, little children, and have overcome them, because greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world." So that's how you're able to do it, through him. There's no way possible to do it without him. The book of Philippians, chapter 4 and verse 6 through 7. Philippians 4 and verse 6 through 7, and it reads, "Be careful for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication, with a humble prayer, with thanksgiving, let your requests be known unto Yahweh. And the peace of Yahweh, which passes all understanding, shall keep your hearts and minds through Hamashiach Yahushai." And he got me through this lesson. with my voice like this, and Salakia everyone for this. I know the word. He says he said his word and healed him. So I know it's up. We have to stay in the word. 2 Thessalonians. This is the last precept, and then I'm going to close out after this one. 2 Thessalonians 3 and verse 16. The book of 2 Thessalonians, chapter 3 and verse 16, and it reads, "Now the Lord of peace himself give you peace always. By all means, the Lord be with you all." And that's my prayer for all of you. The Lord be with you all. The Lord, he make his countenance, and the Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his countenance to shine upon you all. Like how the one we started with in Numbers. The Lord, he's not going to leave us nor forsake us. We go through these trials, these tribulations, but he's going to get us through it. He's going to get us through it. And I see Karatazah has Proverbs 16 and 7, and it reads, "When a man's ways please the Adawan, he'll make even his enemies to be at peace with him." Beautiful. That's right. Even your enemies will be at peace. And with that, I hope everyone was edified. I hope this was edifying, exhorting, and comforting, even though I've lost my voice from being out there screaming. But I hope it was good enough for the lesson to go forth. And I want to say peace and salutations to all of you. I love you all. And don't keep drinking the lemon juice and the orange juice. And hopefully I'll be able to get back out there tomorrow. But my voice is kind of lost my voice. But I didn't feel right not doing anything. I wanted to do something, just didn't feel right. And I want to say a Bible Ball, DTA, peace to the kings and the princes. And I love you all. Shalom.